What's up, guys? This is Josh from Tetrarch, and you're geeking out to Gear Gods.
Yo, what's up? This is Diamond from Tetrarch, and you're geeking out to Gear Gods.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Ruben from Tetrarch, and you're geeking out to Gear Gods.
What's up, guys? This is Doomed from Tetrarch, and you're geeking out with Gear Gods.
Hey, also, my name's Josh. I play guitar and sing for Tetrarch. We got a few off days on our tour right now, so we're back at our old practice space in Atlanta, kind of jamming out some new tunes. Just want to take a second and show you guys my rig and kind of all the things I'm playing through. So we can start over here with my guitars. I really have two main ones that I use. I have a LTD EC1000S, basically just all black. Love this guitar. I play this on all of our songs that are in drop C, and then one song that we have in D standard. This guitar's got EMG 81 and 60s as the pickups. One of my favorite things with all of my LCDs is having the locking tuners. For me, I can't stand changing strings at all, so it makes it real simple to just pull them straight through, lock it up, get it in tune, cut them, and you're pretty much ready to go. My other guitar, and probably my favorite, is my SCT 607B. It's a 7-string baritone guitar. It's the Stephen Carpenter signature. As you can see, I took away the white pickguard that was there because for whatever reason I love blacked out guitars. This one we tune kind of weird for a 7-string. We tune it like a normal 6-string with an extra high E. So we do A, E, A, D, F sharp, B, E. But honestly, that high E string I could just cut off and not have because we never use it at all. But I just like the tone for like our heavy songs, our drop A. Just having that baritone scale really gives it like a real thick, heavy sound. So we're gonna move on to my amp and pedals. I have a real simple setup. I'm running a 5153 head. It's the 150 watts. This thing is a beast. Honestly, I don't need any pedals in front of it. It's got all the gain you could need. But I do run a couple pedals. So I have a tuner, obviously, gotta be in tune. I have a Line 6 wireless. It's a digital signal, so there's never really any dropouts or anything. I'm using the G30. I believe Diamond's using the G90, which is the rack mount unit. Then I'm running through a tube screamer. Like I said, I don't need any extra gain on the EVH, but I like the sound of tube screamers a lot. So I do get a little bit of gain from that, and it kind of just tightens up the sound as well. And then last on my pedal board is the Boss NS2 noise suppressor. Just gets rid of a lot of that hum and all of that extra noise when we're playing those big chuggy parts. Guitar cabinet is actually an old Line 6 412 that I've had. This is the first cab I ever had when I was starting out. For whatever reason, just never changed it. It's got Celestion speakers in it, and it's just always worked for me and never had any problems. That's about it. I mean, I'm using for in-ears live, I'm using an Audio-Technica, and right now I'm just running some Shure SE 215 ears, waiting for my custom molds to get in the mail, so running those for now. But yeah, that's my rig, super simple. I like to just jam out, plug in, and go. Nothing too complicated, so come check us on the road. See you soon.
Alright, so we're going to start off with the guitars that I play. We are endorsed by ESP, so obviously I play ESP guitars. The first one is a Stephen Carpenter 607B. It's actually the first 7-string that I've ever owned, and for the longest time I wasn't too into 7-strings. I didn't like the way they felt, but we for our new record, it's all in A, so it sounds really good on 7-string. So the first guitar, well, second guitar actually that I got from ESP was this 7-string. I'm a huge Deftones fan, but one of the main things I liked about this guitar was it was like a different shape than what I usually play. I usually play Les Pauls, and for a Telecaster shape, the bodies on these are pretty big, like they're heavy, and I like heavy weighted guitars. I don't really like light weighted guitars. I feel like I'm playing toys. So when they're heavy weighted, it win me over already, but like this body is like kind of a bigger body and a heavier body, so I like it a lot. I kept the pickguard on, unlike Josh, my buddy, he took it off. So it kind of looks like we have a different guitar, but same guitar as him. They sound really good. lowered the neck pickup in this. Steph kind of put them in a weird place to be different, but I don't ever use it, so I kind of lowered it down just so my picking hand doesn't interfere with that. Other than that, I just play this for my low tunings. Maybe a song or two a set for this one, but it sounds super good. My other mainstay is my EC1000 Eclipse. I got the CTM style for these guitars because I started out playing Gibson, so I like the fatter neck, like the fatter body, heavier weight, like I said before, so I went ahead and got this version instead of the slimmer body like Josh. But Les Paul shapes, Eclipse shapes, whatever you want to call it, are my favorite, so it's probably going to be my mainstay style of guitar forever. So yeah, this is my main drop C tuning, D standard tuning here. So I have another guitar, actually same shape, coming from ESP in about a month or so. It's going to be like the see-through black, so I'm excited about that. Great company to be with. Guess we'll go over here to my amp and everything. I have everything rack mounted in here. It's a pretty simple setup. People look at it and they think it's difficult, but it's not at all. If it was, I probably would have trouble with it. So starting at the top, got a Furman power conditioner, basically my own surge detector. Everything plugs into here. I plug out with one cable into the wall. Down below this, I have a Shure PSM 300. It is my in-ear unit. I don't use in-ears live right now. I only run them for practice, but I keep it in my own rack-mounted space. I like to keep all my stuff together. I don't know, maybe it's the girl in me. But yeah, that's what that is. This right here is probably what I say is my favorite guitar purchase I've ever made. My Relay G90. It's just a wireless unit, nothing super special, but it's like the best convenience thing I've ever bought. Never have a problem with it, never cuts in and out. You can even change the colors on the screen, which is my favorite part. But yeah, you can go really far away, no interference, no issues, so that's probably like one of my favorite purchases ever. Below that, I have a Line 6 Pod HD. I don't use any amp, tones or anything from this. It's all effects. And I control it with my ground control down here, which I have a patch for every song. So I just switch patches, and it controls all my effects here. All I'm running for this is effects, that's it, so nothing else. And here is just like my MIDI switcher for everything, for the effects and all that. Other than that, I run a Mesa Triple Rec. I've been using that amp probably now for 7 years. I've never changed. I love that amp. I've gone back and forth between switching, but there's something about it that I love. I don't know if it's like a sentimental thing or not, but sounds great. You can feel it when you play. I like that about heads and versus digital and everything, so that's where I'm at with that. And I run a Ibanez Tube Screamer. I'm a gain fanatic, so I love high gain amps and high gain tones. So I run a TS9 on top of it. Gives it that super heavy feel. And then other than that, just a NS2 noise suppressor. That amp is super, super loud, and you kind of need that in order to be presentable at all. So other than that, got a standard tuner, Boss tuner. What else? We are endorsed by Ernie Ball, so I use the heavy top, skinny bottom, or skinny top, heavy bottom, strings. Been using those forever. That's the only strings I've ever used, probably the only ones I ever will. And other than that, I think that's everything. That is my gear. Nothing too complicated, so.
Well, so I'm gonna show you guys my stuff that I use. This is a 6-piece Ash Dios D drum. It's a pretty deep kick drum, 22 by 20. I usually have 2 rack toms and 2 floor toms. This is a 10 by 7, 12 by 8, 14 by 13, and 16 by 14. I really like, for some reason, wood snares. So this is a bamboo Dio snare. I've had this kit for about like 7 years now, and it still sounds pretty good and looks pretty good. I use Remo drum heads, Emperor Clear for recording and live shows as well. I started using this Power Stroke P77 coated. I think it lasts a lot, and I don't have to be worried about if it's gonna break in the middle of a show or something, you know. Cymbals, I use TRX. I've been with these guys for about 2 years now. I really like big cymbals. This is a 15-inch hi-hat, 20 LTD crash rye, 21 crash rye LTD as well. This is a bright rye, 21 and 21 China NRG. For my stack, I use a classic CRX by TRX to Splash, so dark sound. And this is a interesting China. It has the bell on top instead, you know, like regular Chinas like that. It's extreme 14-inch China. What else? Drumsticks. I've been using Big Firth since I started playing drums, and it's pretty cool now. I have my own custom drumsticks. They're really cool. My pedals, Demon Drive, Pearl Demon Drive. I recently switched to longboard. I think it gives you more control when you go fast, you know. What else? That's it.
Alright, so this is my Furman power conditioner. It kind of makes everything go. It's cool because the venues are usually dark, so I've got these cool lights where if I need to mess with anything, I can kind of adjust any of these knobs. Let's see, this little knob right here, which adjusts the brightness. Then I have this Korg Toneworks DTR digital tuner. It's really cool because honestly, they don't even make these things anymore. I think I bought it from a friend outside of like a 7-Eleven. Then I have the GK Galen-Kruger 1001 RB. I've always been a big fan of Avenged Sevenfold, and I know Johnny Christ used to play those, so it was kind of my homage to them. Then for my wireless, because I like to run around, I have the Shure PG1 wireless unit, and here's what really makes it sound badass. I have the Tech 21 Sansamp bass driver stomp box. That's what really gives it the ballsy tone. Honestly, I don't even need any of this other stuff. This is kind of what makes it all badass. Then I have this squeaky drawer, which I keep all my cool necessary things, everything I'm gonna need. Here's my wireless pack. I have my microphone. Let's see. I carry around extra packs of Ernie Ball coated 5-string packs. It's coated with enamel, so it gives it that extra brightness. Let's see. And then I have my Ampeg 810. I've had this thing for years. It's a little bit beat up. Little scuff marks right there. Kind of makes me cry a little bit every time I see a new scuff mark, but it still sounds just as ballsy as it did the day that I bought it. And then one of my first guitars that I have is the Schecter Elite 5-string. I think this is really one of the first higher end guitars I got, and I actually had it customized. I think it had the EMG HZs. I guess they sound okay, but I had the EMG Music Man quality, which really gave it the sort of a brightness and trebly sound, but also gave it a good attack. This one is a neck through. I've always been a fan of neck throughs because I just like the way they look. And this one is my baby. This one I had custom made right from Ernie Ball, since we do have an endorsement with them. This is the Music Man Stingray 5-string. It is also a neck through. And it's got these signature Music Man pickups. It's got custom gold hardware, and it sounds like an orgasm. So cool. And that's my rig. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Like I said, this is Dooms from Tetrarch, and you are geeking out the gear gods.